God wills it. That's what the Christ-psychotic Crusaders used to say when they attacked the Nadi land and went over there and killing everyone for 250 years for doing the Crusades. Anyway, si Dios pro nobis quid contra nos. If God is with us, who could be against us? This is kapun piso. Brain is creating thoughts. And do you know that, hey, we are born out of coitus and we create the bizarre mathematical beliefs of God and other delusions with our brains when they malfunction. And there was a snake handler, Christ-psychotic snake handler in Appalachia, another branch of Christ psychosis, just like the Methodists and Adventists and Baptists and so forth, and Mormons and all these idiots, all these deluded people that believe in resurrecting zombies, I say, with blood and flying prophets and so forth. Well, this guy is handling snakes because God told him, because it's in the Bible, the book of mythologies, that these deluded people believe to be true. They have a problem with the brains. Anyway, it's been handling snake for 100 and some years in Appalachia. Well, many got killed because I'm bitten. And they handle him and they go there, the music and all this stuff. I was watching a program just a couple of days ago, and all of a sudden this Sunday, May 2012, he got bitten. There it is. See, the Bible says that the snake is a symbol of Satan, but it's also healthy. And it's on a cross, and the snake is actually a representation of the penis and personalized, and a lot of things like that, different meanings. But the penis was it was represented as a snake. It's not it says itself. It's the penis itself that they had no idea that this organ that gives blesses with orgasm and creates people. I had no idea about evolutionary biology. So, but they represented as a snake. So in the Bible, when it says, "Hold you snake," it means hold your penis. It's imbecile. It should have been holding the penis, caressing it, and it resurrects, and it will bless you with orgasm. And then as you introduce it in the cave of creation, then it will actually create by spitting milk DNA. You see, you didn't know it. Too bad. Christ psychosis is everywhere. Crazy people that believe in related zombies. All religious beliefs created in the brain were initiated in the Egyptian religion that organizes them. And that was, 5,000 years ago. There's no reason to believe that today in the 21st century. See, all of those beliefs created in the brain originated 40,000 years ago. But organized religion came from, basically from Egypt. From all the Egyptian religion with the many gods. There was a lot of tolerance. There's tolerance in everything. There was no racism. No, the things that we have today. And they're always looking for science. And they learn, oh man, you got to see the operations that they did in those days, 5,000 years ago. For the workers of the pyramids, the sacred tombs of the pharaohs, and all that. But they were quite advanced. Sacred numbers, sacred everything. And then came, of course, much later, the Roman Empire with the many gods too. And then, of course, the idea of the Christus. There was actually Julius Caesar. And from that became all the, that's what Christianity is, the religion of the Christus, the title originated from. And then everything the United States follow is, the tradition of the Christus. Christianity, the disintegration of the Roman Empire, the initiation of the Dark Ages, intolerance, pedophilia, immorality, and everything. Burning books, destroying things. Everything is due to Christianity. So believing in a Jesus Christ that saved with blood sadomasochistic beliefs, and you eat the flesh of the god, and you grab the god. That's why you saw all the crazy things happening in Florida, with the people eating flesh and ripping hearts and all that. Because when you're brought up in a Christian home, you know, if you have these delusions, these beliefs inside your brain when you're a little kid, you're raised with those beliefs. And if you take any drugs much later, all those beliefs surface. And then you become very, very crazy, eating hearts, eating brains, and all that thing. Thanks to the Christian inside of you that surface for the brain. It's not the drug itself. The drug can make you crazy, but depending on your beliefs that you have, it will surface. And you might speaking in tongues and seeing things that are not there. That's Christianity for you. And it's a psychopathy. And the United States have now the new Crusaders. Everything is based on the Christus. Like Nazi Germany. Hitler was not a lacking belief. He was very much of a Christian. He got all these ideas from Christianity, from Christian Europe. He almost became a priest. So, you know, was he sort of an atheist? Somebody had to be extremely stupid, ignorant, and psychotic, and moron to say that Hitler was a... No, Nazism is another branch of Christianity, a combination of Lutheranism, Catholicism, and German Roman paganism. The Crusades. You know, that's what you know. The whole thing started with the with the Crusades in the 12th century to 13th century. People that go into places that don't belong. The Christians massacring people over there. You know, all of them. They're doing incredible. 250 years of the psychopathy. And the Americans now, the armies are Crusaders. They have chaplains. They are Christ-psychotic infected imbeciles. Generals in the United States Army are brought up in Christian home, Christianity-infected imbeciles like the KKK and the racist, homophobic and psychopath. Yeah, they're all the Crusaders. Even they have swords that represent the cross. That's what that's what all the Illuminati came from. All these ideas and the Crusades, the Knights Templar, they all came from that. When you have those temples, the Masonic orders, all came from that. The New World Order nonsense all came from that. Like that. Christians, but guess what it has? It has a tent in here. Muslim tent. There's a lot of symbolism in these things. That's what the Swiss bank comes from, because all the Crusaders, you know, when they in the 14th century, when the Pope and Francis, the King of France, end up taking all these the Crusaders' money, the Templars, but they already hid the money. De Molay was the Grand Master, was killed at the stake, and they did that, and they took all the money to Switzerland. That's where all the bankers come from. They all come from all these Crusaders. But that's where everything comes from. Christian Hitler. There you go. You know, swastika. That's the cross gamata, which is actually a symbol of the sun rays, a cross. You see in the Teutonic Knights cross. All those are crosses. The cross of Malta in the Nazi planes is a cross. They celebrated Christmas. Hitler went to church. It's just Christianity. Racism. You know, United States, the KKK, all these people helped Hitler. And they gave a lot of people gave him money. Industrialists in 1933. So that's the problem. And of course you have the snake handlers. One of them died. And all this thanks to Christianity. Christ psychosis. Here, check this out.
We've had instances
where... See? Christ-psychotic troops.
Here, and that's
where are you guys in this 21st century believing in all that garbage?
Here,
idiots.
Takes their own life.
You know, Crusaders. They're all Catholic. Universal.
Reach out to me for
See, well, if you were atheist, you're mentally healthy. This is the problem.
Is in this war, so
this psychosis, that's the problem.
Her recent loss of a friend in Iraq.
Yeah, when people die, they die. That's it. End of story. Learn science. This believing in all this resurrecting zombies crap and life after death is not going to get you anywhere. It's a psychosis.
She had a lot.
There is no God. It's all creations of the brain.
I wasn't necessarily talking with her frequently, but
And that's the reason.
Me a lot.
Christianity created pedophilia, homophobia, sadomasochism, and all this garbage. Resurrecting zombies, the same with blood. This is a nonsense. And this is the problem with people today. So there are a bunch of Christian nuts, Christ psychotics that are in the army. They're ignoramuses, stupid hillbilly idiots. These people are brainless. Or those are the ones that are the soldiers. Also including generals, the old racist, immoral people. And they are Christians. And that's the reason they go over there. They had no idea what all those places are, Afghanistan, Uzbekistan, all these different places. They only see Muslims and infidels. And they commit all kind of atrocities because they want to sound inferior, according to them. See what happens? If the United States Army will not accept anyone that is a believer, the Army of the United States was composed of mentally healthy. In other words, atheists. The Army will be 1,000 times better. And they will not be hated, and they will not have all this post-traumatic syndrome and all that crap that come around there, because the Christians are just the new Crusaders, the Americans. They do all these massacres, and they come out of basket cases, and they explode when they get over here, the United States, after all that, because they think they're superior, they're Americans. The blacks are inferior, the Muslims are inferior, the Native Americans are inferior, the Chinese are inferior, the Japanese, the Asians are inferior. Anybody that is not an American Christian piece of shit is inferior. And that's the American mentality. And those are the people we send over there in this tremendously huge country of ours. It's like a baby Huey, like a big gorilla with a gun, no brains. And then send over there to fight wars. And of course with the little computers, the little drones and all that, still killing everybody. It's very smart, right? And the Chinese are invited, the Asians are invited. They have United States by the ball because they own, United States is so stupid because the educational system in the United States is so screwed up with all these Christian idiots and moron teachers. They don't know the ass from the hole in the ground. And all these Christian universities, Brigham Young and all these morons and churches infecting everybody, keeping everybody theotarded and imbeciles stuck in the Middle Ages. And this is the problem. You see, so no education. They have a bunch of morons, imbeciles going around fight wars. Great, nice going for the United States. The Chinese, all the Asians are superior, more intelligent than any American kid. I mean, look at the spelling bee and the geographical bee on that. All they're Americans, but the parents are all raised in India or in different countries except the United States. It's a shame, and this all thanks to Christianity. Check this out, snake handlers. As you can see, this Minoan priestess is showing her breast, which shoots milk that feed babies. It's like sperm creating things of the penis, which is equivalent to a snake. She's handling the snakes. And you can see the gods here, and the firmament is handling snakes. You see the god Priapus with wings. The wings represents the spirit world. So all these personifications and mutations, equating the penis with a snake, and all religions have it, and all this in the Roman Empire. You can see that even Christianity adopted it because the penis was considered this equivalent to the snake. It was an organ of health, and that was incorporated in the Christian psychosis with tremendous distortion. It's just like a schizophrenia-like disorder. They accept all these delusions to be reality. Religion is actually organized schizophrenia.
I'm proud of him, and I don't want to see him die.
You see this?
My mother's instinct, But if he does, it's still the word.
The police should take this man to the mental hospital like they do with the suicidal. See? It's the word. They believe in this stupid mythological text. And look what these guys do. They're playing with these poisonous snakes. They have no idea of science. These people are total ignoramuses. They're stuck in the Middle Ages. Look at this. Look at this craziness. See, the brain is the one creating all these delusions. And these people are very psychotic. And they're believing all this crap. All religions are like that. All religions have fairy tales. Have delusions that can be very, very dangerous. And it's actually a schizophrenia.
And where we're doing this, it's not, we cannot do that, you know. I can't do it without God, you know. Like I said, that's another thing that they always bring up.
God is a creation of the brain.
You know,
It doesn't
why
exist.
would you get bit with it?
Without the brain, there is no
You do
God.
it, you know.
The problem with the nation is stuck in the Middle Ages. And it's stuck with Christ psychosis that corrupt the mind of children. They never teach them anything that is good. It's just Christianity infecting the brain of children every Sunday in church with all this garbage, delusions of Christ psychosis. These people belong in mental institutions and they should be punished for infecting the children with all this garbage, keeping them ignorant and stuck in the Middle Ages. Anyway, you will see here in ancient times, 2700, the snake is sacred. It represents a penis. And you can see the ladies, the goddesses, in the Minoan civilization, you know, handling the snakes. But actually, it's an equivalent of representing the penis. There is a creator God, because they had no idea. I mean, they had no idea what the evolutionary biology was. So that's the reason they represent the penis as if it was a snake entering caves, and the caves were the lady's vagina. Because they had no idea about and they created sex created orgasm. So it was sacred to them, but they had to represent it by animals and things that they couldn't understand, and they were snakes. The snakes represents a penis. These were these imbeciles, Christ-psychotic infected morons. They believe in these fairy tales of the Bible, which is a disgusting book. It's a book of intolerance, sadomasochism, and God. Read it. Read the Bible and you'll see. And read the Quran. And there are many Bibles and not only one. Sacred books are disgusting, retarded, intolerant, psychopathy, homophobic books that don't belong in the 21st century. Christianity is a mental illness. It's a psychopathy, a disgusting, immoral type of a psychosis that infects the brain of children. That's just on this country's going downhill. You know, you have people like Romney and all these morons in Congress that believe in resurrecting zombies and say with blood. It's a psychopathy. It's sadomasochism. You know, you have to worship a God that is tortured and blood is sacred and say with blood. That's disgusting. You shouldn't teach this garbage to children. And that's the reason you have all this intolerance and this sadomasochism and perversion and psychopathy in the United States today. Bullying, school shootings, disgusting intolerance. You have psychopathy, this guy eating this guy's face. And it only takes a little drug or something to actually get these people into the psychosis of Christian beliefs. That is in the brain, because a lot of these people, these kids are taught this Christian garbage psychopathy, beliefs when they're brought up. During the imprinting period, that's the only thing they say. The Christianity-infected parents molesting their children's brain with all this garbage. They turn them into psychopaths, into pedophiles, and intolerant, deluded, ignorant people stuck in the Middle Ages. They have cruelty to animals and killing each other and psychopathy and perverting people. I mean, it's disgusting. This is what happened with Christianity. This is a Christ psychosis. That's the reason I make my YouTube videos, to actually present the truth and expose the believing God for his psychopathy. It is. It's a mental illness. And, people wake up. Realize what it is. If you believe in God, you're a theotard. You're sick. You have a psychopathy. You have a problem with your brain. We're in the 21st century, not the 12th. And we create God belief with our brains when the brain malfunction. Religion is organized schizophrenia. Christianity, the belief in a zombie God that says with blood, is the worst and the most virulent of the mental disorders of the psychosis of God belief. Religion is mental illness. If you believe in God, you are a theotard. We're in the 21st century, not the 12th. Brain is the organ that we create thoughts with. Pace Theorum. Pace Theorum.